A very good afternoon, March. Thanks for joining us here on the program. You're just on time for trending news right here on Lookuptv. I am Nancy Nalima. Do stay with me for the next few minutes as I bring you up to speed with the latest stories that are making headlines across all of 47 counties. Let's begin. A report released on Wednesday by different organizations indicates that at least 24 people have so far died, with 10 dying in Kisii and Kisumu counties between the 19th to 21st of July this year, as a result of the anti-government protest. The report was compiled by the Law Society of Kenya, Kenya Medical Association and Amnesty International. LSK President Eric Theri now says they will take legal action if Azimio and Kenya Kwanza do not take responsibility for the protest victims.
Ramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital being tear gassed on one of the Maandamano days. We also received reports of ambulances being attacked, being stoned and vandalized. We had an ambulance driver that was dragged out of his ambulance and injured. We've also had reports of facilities that had to be closed because the healthcare workers were not able to have safe passage to provide services in those facilities. So these are all matters of grave concern, and I believe that we'll have more detail in the final report. But we'd also like to take this opportunity to urge basically the entire nation, that regardless of whatever is happening, there should be guaranteed safe passage for healthcare workers, because you do not know who will be in need of those services, regardless of which side of the divide you might be on. And the same, I think, applies for journalists, because we also had reports of journalists being caught in the fracas and some of them getting injured. Thank you.
So I'll respond to two of the questions that were raised.
And our reporter Stanley is working on that, and they'll be giving you details of that report in our subsequent bulletins. President William Ruto is set to start his 5-day tour of the Mount Kenya region starting this Saturday. The president will be commissioning projects, chairing meetings with the Mount Kenya leaders, as well as addressing the wananchi in the region, and then wrap up his tour on Wednesday next week.
During his tour, President Ruto will launch various projects aimed at improving the quality of the lives of the people, in line with the government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This agenda will keep on repeating and reiterating, as the President says, prioritizes bringing down the cost of living, eradicating hunger, creating jobs, expanding the tax base, improving our foreign exchange balance, and promoting inclusive growth through interventions in 5 core sectors of agriculture, MSMEs development, housing and settlement, universal health coverage, and digital superhighway and creative economy. The development tour begins tomorrow on Saturday, 5th August 2023. The President will kick off the tour in Githurai, Kiambu County, where he'll commission the Githurai Water Supply Project. The project will supply about 35,000 cubic meters of water per day to serve over 5,000 residents of Ruiru, Githurai, Mwihoko, and Kahawa, and to provide water connections to about 8,400 people. Also on Saturday, President Ruto will commission the redevelopment of Githurai Market. This comes just 3 days after the State Department of Housing and Urban Development, as you all witnessed, advertised for the construction of 72 markets across the country. The President promised to build a total of 400 markets over the next 3 years to fulfill his commitment to Mama Mboga and dignify their hustles by providing them with modern markets across the country. Later on Saturday, the head of state will commission the Kagio Water Supply Project in Kagio Town, Kirinyaga County. He will also commission the upgrade of the 42.5-kilometer Marua kwa Wambui Road.
And out of the Nyanza region, a middle-aged man was attacked and killed by 2 people at his parents' home in Papiamo village, Siaya County. It is suspected that the 2 unknown attackers were hired guns who assaulted the man using blunt objects. According to Rosemary Akinyi, mother to the deceased, the son died a painful death.
Nilikuwa asubuhi wakati wa saa 4:30, nilikuwa kwa nyumba yangu. Nilikuwa napikura mahindi. Nikasikia sound nyingine difa na watu wale naishi nao. Sasa nikaona vijana wengine na fimbo. Mmoja akasema, "Wewe ndiye Alois?" Mmoja akamchapa fimbo. Nikasema, ni nini?" Nikaacha mahindi nikakutoka nje. Nikakuja mpaka pale. Mwingine kuna akasema, "Ni nini mama?" Akanichapa hii mkono. Sasa rudi huko nitakuua. Nikamwambia, "Kwa nini si watu uzungumuza?" Na ule mtoto alipomchapa akachapa hii kichwa hapa, damu ikapasuka hapa, ikapasuka. Sasa akakimbia hapa ndani, wakamvamia hapa ndani, walimpiga sawa sawa. Tukatafuta gari, tukambeba, tulipotoka hapa tukaenda mpaka Mweru police station. Tukaripoti hapo, wakaniambia nimpeleke atibiwe, kisha nikitoka kwa matibabu nipitie pale Mweru. Nilipita Mweru, nikapata maafisa, wakaniambia sasa hiyo kesi yangu ni ya police case. Sasa kesho niende Siaya niandikisha statement huko, ambapo huko ndio nitasaidika. Sasa nilikuwa naomba serikali waingie kati, sababu mimi sina uwezo, sina namna, sina chochote ili niweza fanya.
Akimbia kwa nyumba. Ile anaenda kutoka akanisukuma hivi nyumba, akaingia kwa nyumba. Kumbe kuna mwingine alikuwa anamfuata, akaingia naye. Sasa huyu wa pili kufika akatupa miti ya kwanza, ikapiga mlango. Akarudia ya pili, kanipiga mkono, ikafura saa hiyo hiyo.
Mimi kitu naweza ongea ni upande wa sheria, juu nilikuja kama pia mtu mkubwa kwa boma, nikwambia ishafanyika, sasa sheria ndio tufuate.
Away from that, the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, through Principal Secretaries Anne Wangombe and Chris Kiptoo, has urged the permanent secretaries to have a close monitoring of the inventories and government assets within their control. Speaking during the launch of the piloting of the new reforms in the IFMS systems, the PS has reiterated on the efforts of the government towards clearing all the pending bills while ensuring the Kenya Kwanza manifesto is fully achieved.
Outside the national prison, there the procurement unit is one. So if goods are transferred within our ministries and procuring entities, they are captured on automated systems.
You will have a bird's eye view of all inventory and assets under your control while facilitating optimal assets. The solution of the indicator is to ensure public sector entities prepare and maintain accurate and reliable assets registers. In safeguarding government assets, standardization of identification, recording, disclosure, and reporting on public sector assets is mandatory.
The negative effects brought about by pending bills to our economy are enormous. Therefore, pending bills are now a matter of national interest to the government and our nation due to various reasons, including business shutting down, jobs being lost, lenders suffering, increase in non-performing loans, poverty increases, thus leading to dwindling of individual and national savings and economic growth. Because we want zero accumulation of this government of William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. That going forward, we don't have a history of pending bills. We will make an effort as Treasury, but you also do the same on your part.
Director General of the Kenya School Government. And as usual, we are once again.
Now, at least 207 youths from humble backgrounds in Isiolo County have a reason to smile after they completed free vocational training courses and gifted free startup kits from Naweru project being funded by the USAID. Speaking at the colorful event, Isiolo Deputy Governor James Lowassa assured the beneficiaries that the skills acquired would enable them to earn a living to fend for themselves and their families.
Today, we had a very fruitful day where around 207 graduates who were trained under the program of Nawiri, where people were empowered on skills, graduated. So this is a special day, especially for Isiolo, where as a unique way, the county governments and the partners have embraced partnership, where we do the co-planning the co-funding and the co-monitoring of activities. Today, the vulnerable houses in all the 6 wards in Isiolo are benefiting through skills where our youth have been trained on electrical work, the saloon work. We also have masons who are also trained, motorbike repairs. So all these were through the efforts by Nawiri and partnering with the county governments.
Naona hii opportunity itani keep busy, nitaweza jitafutia na nitafungua small business ambaye nitaweza tafuta, na after hiyo pesa nitapata hapo nitaweza kusave na kununua kitu nzuri ambaye itakuja kuwa beneficial kwa maisha yangu.
And parents of a 15-year-old minor have been arraigned at Narok Low Court after they subjected the minor to female genital mutilation while she was 7 months pregnant. The father was given a bond of 100,000 shillings or a cash bail of 30,000, while the mother was given a personal bond and ordered to surrender her ID. The minor was rescued by police from Lookuptv, who acted on tip from members of the public. The case will be heard next on 25th of August this year.
From the evidence on record and from the accused persons themselves that they have grandchildren back at home whom they're not sure who is taking care of them. The circumstances are minded to set the bond terms. Accused 1 to be released on a security bond of 100,000 of Kenya shillings 30,000 cash bail. Accused 2 will be released on a personal bond with 1 surety to deposit a national identity card.
And I come to a close here on Trending News, but keep it right here on Lookuptv. What you can be expecting are our subsequent bulletins, Look Up Tarifa at 7 p.m. and Look Up Weekend later on. We'll be looking at our report, the police brutality report, and of course giving us the numbers at 25 people that have died at the protests that were held by Azimio, that is between the 19th and 21st of July, putting the number at least 24. Remember, this is a different figure from what the Azimio coalition, the opposition coalition gave, putting the number at 50. So we'll be taking a look at the detailed report as well as any reactions from either of the political divides. And as well, President William Ruto is taking his different county tours that he has been doing for a while now, and this weekend he will be in the Mount Kenya region. That is a story that we are keeping an eye on. We'll be looking to see the different projects that he'll be launching, and of course all the day's politics that will go down will be right here to keep you updated. It's goodbye for now. I am Nasin Alima, but keep it right here on Lookuptv. Have yourselves a pleasant afternoon. Goodbye.